Well, hello. It's Kathleen Gage, and this is my Thursday. Oh my gosh, where did the week go? This is my Thursday Facebook Live, and I take the live and I feed it out all over the place because I really want to get as much traction for the information that I'm giving you that will benefit you as an author, as a speaker, as an expert, a consultant. Hopefully you're an expert if you're a consultant, but we're going to talk today about a super hack that virtually any author can use when they are marketing books. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take you over to Amazon, and I'm going to show you a couple of things that you need to really consider doing if you're an author. And I, as you have probably noticed, have been doing these lives since the beginning of the year, Monday through Friday, and I have not missed a day at all. And there's something to be said for consistency and commitment. It's really interesting because the more I do this, the more I have interesting opportunities present themselves. Some of those opportunities are not a fit at all, and I will just tell the person, I'm really not the fit, but the person that might be is. And I can recommend a colleague for that particular project or that question that they may have. In other cases, it's a great fit. So my recommendation to you as an author, as an expert of any type, is that you actually consider either going on Clubhouse on a regular basis. I've been doing that also, or you consider really being visible on social media where your social community hangs out, whoever that may be. And for some people, it would be Facebook. For other people, it would be LinkedIn. For other people, it would be Twitter. But let's go ahead and we're going to go over to Amazon. And I'm going to show you a couple of things that as an author, you really should be doing. This is what is called my author's page. Now, I'm not going to go through how you set this up because there's plenty of information. And my recommendation is either go on Amazon or easier yet, go to YouTube and just key in, how do I set up an author page? What I do, here's a little hack for how I get my information quickly. First of all, I rely on the experts to teach me about YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it may be. And if it's YouTube, I want to learn about. Brian G. Johnson is my go-to guy. Sean Cannell is another one. But Brian G. Johnson, he's a personal friend. I've watched his incredible growth. He's also an author. He's done some incredible book launches. But one of the things as authors that we all should do is have what's called an author page. And basically, the author page has your books listed. Now, these are not all the books that I've written because I've written some ebooks that are not listed on Amazon. The next thing that you want to consider doing is really make sure that, let's go ahead and we'll do the virtual book tours overview. And you want to make sure you have a good, strong title with keywords in it. And you want to put some time into a description. Here is my description. And the reason is you get keyword optimization that way, and it makes it more engaging to people. So going back to my author page, I'm going to take a little trip back to the author page, if it'll go back there. And it's thinking right now, okay, so as you can see, I have several different types of books that I've written. And I also have about Kathleen Gage over here. And that's something that from time to time, you want to check it out and probably update it. But each of these books has a small description on here, and people can buy it straight away. Okay, that's one tip. And you'll also notice customers also bought items by these particular authors. People who buy my books, they buy books from these particular authors also. Okay, the one thing that I want to show you that a lot of people don't do, and I'm going to use Power Up Your Sales, generate leads for high-end sales through public speaking. And I believe this is forever free. It's a freemium, and it means you can get this Kindle book for free at any time. Now, inside, one of the things that authors miss probably 99% of the time is they never put anything inside that is a giveaway to the people who get the book. Now, here's a little hack. When you have a giveaway, you want to put it in more than one location, and you can't have it blend in with the copy. What you want to do is you want to make it stand out. right here, free download. So when people get this book, all they have to do is click the link, and it's an active link. I'm not going to click it right now, but this is what the old book cover looked like. I changed it to look more like this. I thought that was a little bit better. And that's the nice thing with Kindle is you can just upload new book covers. You can't change the title or too much of the copy in the description, or Amazon will reject it. I tried that with one of my books. I just didn't like the title. It wasn't moving enough, so I wanted to change it. And it was a 99-cent Kindle book. And I use that as a lost leader. I use that as a way to get my information out to people. And what you may have noticed, again, I just want to show you. Okay, it's actually more towards right here. Okay, it's in the first 10%. I have one of my giveaways. Then in other parts of the book, I have either the same giveaway or another giveaway that ties in with the topic of the book. That's really important. You want to make sure that whatever you're doing, that it actually ties in with the topic of the book. Because let's say you have a book on dog training, and then you're writing a book on exotic places to vacation without dogs. Well, maybe there's a match. I don't know. But the closer your giveaway is to the book title and the book theme, the book niche, the better off you'll be. Now, keep in mind that Amazon will never give you the name of the buyer. So you can do a huge book launch and they'll never give you the name of the buyers. That's why it's up to you to figure out ways that you can actually get people to go to a landing page and give you their name and email address. In some cases, it could be something as simple as keep updated on our next event, or keep updated when we have a new book come out. It just depends on your audience, because some audiences, they don't want the free stuff. They just want to go straight away to content. They're not interested in getting a bunch of bonuses. So you have to keep that in mind. But as an author, it's your job to not only think about what you have to do before you launch a book, during an actual launch, and then after the launch. Because a lot of authors think that they're going to make a boatload of money by selling their book. Now, you can make a boatload of money when you sell your book. However, the real money comes over the long term. It comes from speaking engagements. And now for many speakers, we speak virtually. We don't get on the platform. We don't get on planes. Myself, I'm not real excited about getting on planes. So if a client wants to hire me to do a keynote, I can certainly do it right from the comfort of my office. And that works well for them. It works well for me because we can adjust it according to, there's no transportation cost, there's no hotel cost, there's no food cost. And so we can figure that into the whole budget. So that's kind of a sideline for authors who are also speakers. Anything is negotiable. In another episode, another Facebook Live, I'm going to talk about ways that you can help to find budgets by meeting planners who say they don't have a speaker budget. There are other ways that you can make money. And there are some people who say, I never speak for free. And I mean, to the point that they're missing a lot of opportunity, because in some cases, you can make arrangements where you have a book, and if everybody that's going to be in the audience buys a book, and let's say it's a virtual audience and you have 2,000 people and they buy the book for $20 each, that's not a bad day's work. Okay. So keep in mind, as an author, you have to be flexible. You have to be creative. But the main thing is set up your Amazon. Again, let's go ahead and go back to, your Amazon page. Okay, I've got my headshot. I've got images of my books. Here's some of my books. I've written more than this, but here's some of my books. And then I've got my bio, which definitely need to update that, kind of pull my covers on that. And then again, with a giveaway inside the book, it's a way that you can actually encourage readers to get on your mailing list so that you can keep in touch with them. Keeping in mind that all the people that get your book are not going to get on your list. You may get 10 or 20%. But if, let's say, you run a campaign and 500 people get your book, even if you give that book away in a KDP campaign, we'll talk about that in an upcoming Facebook Live. even if it's 10% of 500, that's 50 people that you got on your list. There's bound to be people in there that want to utilize your products and services, and they want to invest in your products and services. By the way, my name is Kathleen Gage. I'm with Vegan Visibility, and I actually work with experts and CEOs, authors, consultants who are in the vegan space that want to write books. They want to get their books out to market. They want to get speaking engagements. They want to get on podcast shows. In other words, they want to get visibility. I have niched down to the vegan market because I'm very aligned with that market. I live that lifestyle. I had somebody ask me today, a good friend, she goes, so how far does your veganism go? She goes, does it go into your clothing? And I said, yes, it does. I used to have a lot of Western boots that were made of leather. And those boots right now are sitting in an area in my house that I'm going to be taking them to a homeless shelter. And I share this with you because rather than me throw the shoes out, which I think is doing a disservice to the animals and a disservice to homeless people or people who can't afford good shoes, why not give it to them? Why not get some use out of something that was already created? I have not been a vegan all my life. I mean, there are plenty of things that I have that are not vegan, but the further I go into being a vegan, the more my life becomes veganized. For example, my cosmetics, I read labels, I look at websites, my hair products, I will not use anything that's animal tested. And this is for authors. I want you to think why I'm sharing this. The reason being is, one is, I want you to know that I am an ethical vegan. If I'm going to work with you and it's important for you to work with somebody who's a vegan, that would be me. There are plenty of us now stepping out of the shadows and we're saying, okay, I am vegan. I work with vegan X, whatever X may be. I have a colleague who works with vegan authors to get their books written and published. I don't do that part of it. I do the next part, which is the marketing. And it's really important to some authors to work with a vegan publisher. So it could be a vegan image consultant, Ginger Burr. She's a vegan image consultant. She has written a book. And so you want to look at who your market is, what it is that would entice them, what it is that you bring to the experience, but be willing to step out of the shadows. I think that's the big thing. But with my friend asking if I was vegan, I said, absolutely. The longer I identify as a vegan, the more my life becomes veganized. And that's why I've rebranded my business to work primarily with vegans or those who are very close to being vegans. This is Kathleen Gage with Vegan Visibility and Plant-Based Eating for Health podcast show. Both of those are podcast shows. And I want to thank you for joining in today or watching the replay, because if you are an author, make sure that you have an author page up to date. It's really easy to take care of that. You can hire a virtual assistant or you can do it yourself. And as you think through the books that you're going to be writing, what is the quote unquote ethical bribe or lead bait that you can put inside the book that will encourage people to get off the book, go to a landing page, go to your website and sign up for something. And again, even if it's just to get on your list to be updated on where you're going to be doing speaking engagements, if you're going to do virtual events, if you're going to do clubhouse rooms, whatever it may be. And I encourage you to look for me on Clubhouse. It's Kathleen Gage Vegan. Real simple, Kathleen Gage Vegan, and that's pretty much my handle all around the place is Kathleen Gage Vegan. And then my rooms are Vegan Visibility. So that's all my branding. And again, branding is real important too, and we'll talk about that in another Facebook Live. So I want to thank you for joining me today. This is Kathleen Gage, wishing you a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, a great middle of the night, whenever you may be watching or listening to this. Have a great life.